Danny, you gonna say?
Everything I do is always off the dome.
I'm just saying, so, you know, so we gotta be meticulous and
ain't no rhyme or reason to when I start talking.
Everybody put your phone on silent.
Yeah. Baby, your phone on silent. 48 is good. You 48, right? Meet your phone on silent.
Yeah, 48 is here.
Hey, you on silent? But this is not really a press conference. This is just question and answer. Now you're welcome to come through. Lord.
Hey, Rodney, Rodney.
That list thing?
He got his thing.
Y'all ready? Y'all count us down. So here's
Tell me you gonna talk about the
It's gonna be a glare.
Anybody speaking gonna step up to the mic, right?
you want to step up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just come up a little bit?
Or bring the mic closer.
Or bring the mic closer?
Where they can say, see?
Are you gonna sit or you stand?
Sit. And but some are standing. Two of them are standing.
It would be a lot easier for sound quality if somebody just stands up.
Y'all not recording,
Because
right?
the mic is very directional. When somebody's talking there, we have to move.
Got you.
Plus we getting the fan noise. And
Okay. Well, Terrence gonna start out. Terrence will start out by giving demands, right?
What remote is? Turn this
So,
Turn the fan off.
if you guys want to ask somebody questions or whatever, y'all can do that, and whomever step up to the mic and address that. That's cool right there.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay.
When you're ready to answer, just stand up.
All right. That's cool.
Is there an opening statement about why you're here?
You want to give opening statement, Terrence, of why we're here and all of that right there?
It includes all the rest.
You want to do that?
I guess so.
All right, and then issue the demands, and then we'll go from there.
We're ready whenever.
Okay. We're here to seek justice and continue to demand justice for both John Scott and Steve Perkins. Today we're listing our demands to the Decatur Police Department. Every officer and deputy involved in John's death needs to be on administrative leave and then fired. Natus needs to recant every statement he has released because he lied. He also needs to apologize to Miss Paulette and her family. John was not combative. He was having a mental breakdown. And what Decatur is currently doing is trying to cover up the death of John Scott.
You've been making that demand now for a while now, right? This is not, I know John's death just kind of reignited that call. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. We haven't stopped seeking justice since September 29, 2023. We've been boots on the ground since then, and with this occurrence happening, we're still boots on the ground. We're just 10 toes down harder.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is a question for everybody, just in reference to the video. So that video was released. What's your first and your group's first initial reaction when you saw that?
We were appalled. These types of things shouldn't happen. Detaining someone, when you're bringing someone into a jail with mental health issues, there are protocols that you should follow. Dragging someone through feces is not one of those. Covering someone up with a spit mask is not one of those. Beating him in the sally port is not one of the things that you should do under protocol when bringing someone in who's having a mental health crisis.
What's your reaction to the video when you first saw it?
Well, when I first looked at the video, first of all, I saw a lot of things that was inhumane. The way that they treated John, the way that they reacted. Terrence spoke on dragging him through fecal matter. We have sources on the inside that said an inmate had clogged a toilet and made the toilet overflow. And in the video, you would hear a deputy saying, drag him through the water, drag him through the water. That's what she was talking about. She was talking about dragging him through fecal matter. Now, that is the lowest of the low. John Scott Jr., he should have had dignity and respect. Even though you arrested him, you should have gave him dignity and respect. It was 12 people on him. It was 12 people on him, shoving him through the doors. You can tell by the way when he came in, he was out of it. He was calling out and calling out for help and saying he could not breathe or anything like that. And they did not assist him or anything. It was officers, it was deputies that was laughing at him and making a mockery of him. And those things is not right. It should be a public outcry for what happened to John Scott Jr. We told everyone in the beginning of what happened to him in the Sally Port. We told everyone how they treated him, but now you see it for yourself. You see what we were saying all along. Yes, we have people on the inside who has given us information. We all know, let the cat's out the bag. We have a whistleblower. We have the film. We have the tape and everything. And these demands that we're saying, they're not far-fetched. Why should a deputy or officer be on duty when they have murdered a citizen of this city? No one, everyone should be appalled. Not just the black community, the white community. John Scott Jr. was a human being. We treat dogs better than John Scott Jr. got treated. And that's not fair to him, and that's not fair to his family. We demand justice for this young man because he died way too soon.
And can you tell me a little bit about, today was a little bit of chaos from the morning, turning yourself into jail, and then seeing this video come out. Just what does it feel like as a group to know all this chaos happened all in one day?
After being arrested today by Decatur Police Department on trumped up charges, it's just really weird how they can find us and do all these things to us to get us in, but they can't make these same arrests for people who've actually murdered people. We've had 3 murders in this city by law enforcement, and no one has been arrested. No one has, well, Bailey Marquette was arrested and he was released, but the things that we have had to deal with today, someone came to my grandmother's home. My grandfather's 74 years old. This really stressed him out. My grandmother's in her 70s as well. This stressed her out as well. I am not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I don't do anything outside of protest and try to make sure that my community is safe. So it's just weird that I'm trying to protect my community and the police are not.
And I feel like they put those warrants out there to try to silence the protesters, but it will not work. We're going to go even stronger and we're going to go even harder. Even some people got trespassed from the council, from the city hall, but we're going to go even harder and go even stronger, and that's it.
First of all, these arrests shouldn't have never happened. You know, they got a charge of resisting arrest and have never been arrested. How do you get a charge for resisting arrest and never been arrested? They got a charge for trespassing and was given a letter with the trespassing warning on it. See, you have to be warned before you trespass. All right? They got a backdated trespassing warrant. A backdated trespassing warrant. See, what's happening right here, y'all, is this is a big cover-up and it's being revealed. It's being unfolded. You understand what I'm saying? And what's happening is our people are being victimized. I mean, we're tired of this. You know, you don't have to stop killing us. You just can't keep killing us, and we're just gonna set back around it. And you know, even with John, when he asked for a police officer that he was familiar with, they never called him. The lady, the officer, the mental health officer who said that she called him. She never called him, y'all. Look at the video. You see anybody on the telephone? Okay, then. She never called him. And it's been documented that they called her and she could not be contacted. And see, she told y'all that she talked him out of it. Well, if you talked him through it and he dead, you failed.
Can one of you all respond to, and this is in contrast or contradictory to Natus's statement related to John's death. All right. Well, how do we move forward from here with as far as the police department is concerned? What are you asking them to do right now?
What we've always asked them to do is be accountable and transparent. And from the first day that Natus came over to Miss Paulette's house, he had the opportunity that when he sat in her living room and he told her the things he told her, and then the first thing he did was come out with lies, then transparency was already out of the window. Accountability was already out of the window. They didn't want us to know what had happened. They didn't think we were going to find out what happened. All right, so he fed her lies inside her living room, and then he came and fed the public more lies, saying that John was on drugs or he was going through excited delirium, or that John was combative the whole time the officers got there. What you have is the same playbook that you had Todd Pennon using. They spoke before they thought about the repercussions of what was going to happen. And they wanted us to believe them when they haven't given us anything to believe them for. This is Nazi Germany all over again. This is the Gestapo all over again. What you have is these police officers, these people coming to people's homes to silence them. Right? It's the first thing you do with propaganda is you come and you tell the people, hey, this is what happened, so they don't believe what actually happened. Or you give people false charges and you make lies up about them so that people can't believe what they actually are hearing or seeing. But the whole time we've been doing the work in the background. We've been trying to figure out what's going on, what happened. And the truth came out today is just a snippet of the truth. That of what actually happened to John Scott, what actually happened to who we call LJ that day. This is how they treated him. This is what we caught on camera. And they have more. That doesn't mean we don't have more. That means that there's more, right? And they have to understand that when you do dark, when you do crime, when you do wrong, it's always going to come to the light. Whether you want it to or not, every time this happens, we find out. And every time they end up paying the price. And what they did this morning was take protesters, people doing the right thing in the community, only trying to get accountability and transparency. And they tried to silence them. They tried to enact fear in them. They tried to get them to go home and not come back out. Now they can't go to any other city building or facility. Right? That's a way to get them not to be able to protest, not to be able to say what's going on. But it isn't going to work because they're not the only ones fighting. We're not the only ones fighting. Everyone's going to continue to fight. And if you're watching this, if you're seeing this, this is a call to arms. This is a call to say, hey, what happened to LJ can happen to you. What happened to Steve can happen to you. What happened to Jaden can happen to you. What happened to them this morning can happen to you. That is what we're trying to get everyone to understand, and that's what they don't want the people to know, that any day, any time this can happen. The same officer involved in what happened to John that night in the Sallyport was reprimanded 2 weeks before for hitting an officer, a handcuffed inmate. Same thing that happened to Bailey Marquette. If he had been off or suspended or on administrative leave when he chased Jaden, maybe Steve might be here with us today. We have rogue cops, we have corrupt cops that keep doing the same thing. And the only reason they ever get punishment is because they get caught by the people. Not by the people that's in control, not by the sheriff, not by the chief of police, not by the captains, not by internal affairs. It's because we get video. Natus had a week to contact Miss Paulette. He only contacted her after the video came out. If he was concerned about her son, like he said he was in her face, he would have called her before the video came out. But he didn't. Why? Because he doesn't care. They do not care. So we're going to make them care. Until they react the right way, until they do the things that they're supposed to be doing, it doesn't matter how many charges you give us, no matter how many people you put in jail, no matter how many times you come to someone's house, we're going to keep coming, we're going to keep being there, and you're going to have to keep doing it, and you're going to have to do it over and over again, and we're never going to stop.
I am
Steve Perkins.
We are
John Scott.
Can you, Rodney, can you answer that question also?
What's that?
Natus's statement
He-
that he put out.
he-
No?
I don't want to answer.
Well,
My guys.
Well, with Natus's statement, we do want him to recant that statement. And also, this is a failure on Tab, the sheriff. It's a failure on the council and on Natus. So we need them to do something. We need Tab to look at his future and decide if he wants to lead the city. We need the sheriff to look in his future and decide if he wants to lead this city, because we need change. Whenever 3 black males have been killed in less than 2 years, it is time for a change, and we can't take another death.
Yeah, I can say something too about that. I wasn't gonna say nothing, I'm gonna say something. Listen, these are his words. You had a chance to get the best man for the job. These are his words. He said he was the best man, the best chief for the job. This is what he said. I didn't say it. That's what he expressed to us, right? Well, you got a chance to do your job, and you fail. You know, you had a chance to really impress this whole city, but you failed. You know, that's your fault. You can't blame nobody for that. See, y'all, this is my opinion. This why he chose you. This is exactly why he made you the intern for the 3rd time. Was it the 2nd time or 3rd time? For the 2nd time. See, this and what our answer for chief is proven that we didn't endorse the right man. This is why. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all. You know, you can talk all that talk, but when God puts you in a position where you can prove yourself, and you fail, and like as Danny said, you had time to fix it, right? You still had time to fix it. You still ain't fixed. You got time now, and you still ain't done it. That's what I got to say about it.
After seeing the video come out, how do you feel about the investigation that's going on with the Madison County Sheriff's Office?
I'll say this, and then you can go. I don't trust Madison, as I don't trust them, just like I don't trust Decatur City, because I think all of them are connected. Because we never got justice in Madison as well. Remember, with Dana Fletcher. So I don't know. I'm hoping Madison do what's right, but hey, we'll see.
If Madison County was transparent and for real, they would release the whole video themselves. If they saw what we saw, they would release the video so the public can see and see the wrong that was done to this young man. Mr. Carlisle received that video on last Monday, and he did not release that video. They gave that video to Madison County. The same playbook that they did with Steve is they wanted someone else to catch the bag because they wanted to buy time to get their ducks in a row and to cover up this murder. That's what they did to John Scott. They did not want they do not want justice. They do not want to do the right thing, because doing the right thing would be release that video so his mother could have seen what happened to her son. But they did not release that video because they was covering up a murder at the hands of Morgan County Sheriff Department, and that's unfair. If you watch the video and you're not outraged, something is wrong with you.
Where do we stand now as a group? What's the next step?
Demanding justice.
Yeah.
I mean, our demands are not going to change until they're met. Our direction is not going to change until our demands are met. We're not moving from the post that we're at. We're not going to back down. The fear tactics that they're trying to use on us are not working. We will still be out in the streets protesting. We'll still be calling for justice. We'll still have people at City Hall. We'll still have meetings at Turner Searle Center. We will still have all of these things in Decatur City because we're tax-paying citizens. We're law-abiding citizens. And until we get what it is that we demand, we're not changing direction.
And I want to say, once again that you say, where do we stand from here? This is a call for everyone that sees this, no matter where you are. If you have time, if you have the ability, you need to be here. You need to voice your displeasure. You need to be online. You need to do whatever it is you can do to let people know that this is unacceptable. When we're in the streets, if you have the ability and their time, you need to be in the streets. When we're at council meetings, you need to be at council meetings. Whatever it is you can do, you have to let people know that wrong is wrong and right is right at all times. You cannot sit back anymore, because any day, again, it can be any one of us. This has to stop happening, and we have to be the ones that stand up and say, this is not going to happen. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And if we sit back and be nobodies and don't do anything, they're going to keep doing what they're doing, because no one's holding them accountable and no one cares, right? That's how they feel there where they are. But we care. And all we're asking is that if you have a heart, if you saw that footage and you said, man, this is wrong, they shouldn't have did here like that, stand up. Mm-hmm. Show your face. Show your support. That's all we're asking. Get up off the couch if you can, and do what you can at all times. And we have a protest tomorrow at, what time is it? Friday, I'm sorry. 5:30. 5:30 Friday tomorrow, right? And everyone that can show up, we're going to start at City Hall. If you can show up, show up. Everybody. It don't matter what you got on, where you're coming from. If you're coming from work, if you got to pick your kids up and bring them with you, everybody can be a part of their civil rights and their constitutional rights to protest and air their grievances against their government, right? And that's what we need to do.
And you can pretend to care,
But you can't pretend.
but you can't pretend to show up. We'll see you tomorrow at 5:30. Courthouse, Decatur.
City Hall.
City Hall. City Hall, y'all.
It's on them.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to say?
No, we're good.
You plan on, you want to talk about releasing your own version of the video, or
Nope.
No.
you're not going to do that?
Oh, he ain't gonna air it until.